Skynet, I mean artificial intelligence, has advanced so fast and come so far that now in a recent government competition, artificial intelligence bested one of the top pilots in the Air Force 5-0. Yep, 5 kills, 0 for the human, all wins for artificial intelligence, and maybe all future losses for us. Not what they're saying, but that's what I kind of believe. Hey everybody, I'm Brian Duff with DuffBlab, and if you're tracking any of this stuff with the artificial intelligence and all that, this is one of the episodes you're going to want to watch. And as you do, please share this episode with anybody who you think may find it entertaining or of value. And likewise, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell to get the alerts, and you help me out a lot by that. So let's get into this episode. So DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, which if you don't know is kind of like the Skunk Works, it's the Think Works, it's the think tank of Tomorrowland, man. They go in, these people, it's a military research facility or center. They go in and they come up with these crazy ideas that to them aren't so crazy, and they try to make them happen, right? There's all kinds of different projects going on and to help out the military, to help out people in general, all kinds of stuff. They have bear-shaped exoskeletons that carry backpacks and heavy equipment for squads of troops. They're doing things with drone ships that sail the seas for 60 to 90 days at a time, tracking submarines and trying to get mines out of the water, all kinds of stuff like that. But that's where they come up with the stuff at DARPA. And DARPA recently held the Alpha Dogfight trials, which was a competition between 8 AI platforms, 8 companies that came out with their AI, artificial intelligence agents, who did 3 days of trials where they fought against each other's AI platforms. The AI learned from the different combat engagements it had, simulated virtual combat engagements it had with these other platforms. And then at the end, the winner of those 8 actually fought against one of the top pilots in the Air Force. And that pilot, again, as I said earlier, lost all 5 encounters to the artificial intelligence. Now, some thoughts that I have on artificial intelligence. Hey, it is great. They have artificial intelligence that reads CAT scans and MRIs better than doctors, humans could do. It doesn't have the error in there, that we do, the things that are able to be missed. It's very methodical. One of the things that you see here in the title, Alpha Dogfight Trials Foreshadow Future of Human Machine Symbiosis, which you'll see in this article. They keep trying to push that, there's always going to have to be a human in control. But we know, if you can't admit now that humans may not always need to be a part of the equation. Matter of fact, as AI advances and the ability of machines advance to be controlled by AI more effectively, eventually what happens is the human becomes may become the weak link in that whole process. So if we get to the point where humans are actually slowing down or making AI less effective, sure, people talk about the morality. Well, we always need somebody with their finger on the button. Well, do we always trust who has the finger on the button? I'm not even talking about Bob with his finger on the button. I'm talking about, hey, we can go back to the 1940s experiment, 1930s experiment in morality checks and who should have whose finger on the button. And we all know that if old Adolf had his finger on a button or some technology, he would have used it for, some not very good shit, man. So we got to really be, when we get into this whole morality thing, we have to understand that moralities can be neither here nor there depending on the motives of the person with the finger on the button. So let's get into this, talking about the Alpha Dogfight trials, and I don't know, we'll see what they foreshadow. So a small Maryland company took first place in last week's Alpha Dogfight trials final event, a 3-day competition designed to demonstrate advanced algorithms capable of performing simulated within visual range air combat maneuvering, commonly known as dogfight. Heron Systems, that's the winner, Heron Systems, F-16 AI agent defeated 7 other companies' F-16 AI agents and then went on to dominate the main event, a series of simulated dogfights against an experienced Air Force F-16 pilot, winning 5-0 through aggressive and precise maneuvers the human pilot couldn't outmatch. Right? So what happened was when our pilots go through training, my understanding is they don't get within 500 feet of one another. It makes sense. You're in a plane flying at Mach whatever, coming up on another plane, man, 500 feet, dude. I remember riding motorcycles and getting on some sandy, on sandy streets there. And you wish you had 500 feet. Well, you know what? You just wanted more space to stop. I can't imagine what it's like flying in jets, right? Especially in training when you don't want to run into each other. So there's a bunch of fail-safes built in for our pilots. Well, my understanding is Heron Systems like, yeah, we don't need to bother with that. We're AI. Like, what's the big problem about crashing a jet into the ground? Well, yeah, you lose much money a F-16 costs. But really the trouble is you just lost a pilot. You lost a human life, and you lost a human life whose expertise is very difficult and takes a long time to replace, right? So drone planes that don't have pilots, they don't need to worry about some of these deals as much. And you'll see here as we get into this, one of the things that AI did was take advantage of the fact that it didn't need to worry about G's. It doesn't need to worry about G forces. AI ain't going unconscious, right? So the Alpha Dogfight trials were a phenomenal success, accomplishing exactly what we'd set out to do, said Colonel Dan Animal Javorcik, program manager in DARPA's Strategic Technology Office. Now, understand that Colonel Dan Animal Javorcik is a pilot. He understands this stuff. He is the guy that's running this program. So you have the guy running a program. So he's going to be looking at it from a pilot's point of view, looking for the advantages, disadvantages, all that. The goal was to earn the respect of a fighter pilot and ultimately the broader pilot community by demonstrating that an AI agent can quickly and effectively learn basic fighter maneuvers and successfully employ them in a simulated dogfight. The trials were designed to energize and expand a base of AI developers from DARPA's Air Combat Evolution Program, ACE, which seeks to automate air-to-air combat and build human trust in AI as a step towards improved human-machine teaming. Hey, and that's great. As long as AI is not up to the skill level, not up to the ability of pilots, we'll be all good with this teaming stuff. But as soon as a pilot is no longer able to be as effective as the AI. I've already talked about this. Now, what may you see kind of stuff down the road? That AI, that pilot takes a step back and he controls drone swarms. It's already out there, people talking about bombers or large planes that could carry a bunch of fighters that drops them off. And then you have a pilot, a remote pilot, control that drone swarm or multiple pilots. There's a number of things that we can be going avenues we could be going down. So during last week's Human versus Machine exhibition, the AI showed its amazing dogfighting skills, consistently beating a human pilot in this limited environment, Javorcik said. This was a crucible that lets us now begin teaming humans with machines, which is at the heart of the ACE program, where we hope to demonstrate a collaborative relationship with an AI agent handling tactical tasks like dogfighting, while the onboard pilot focuses on higher level strategies, a battle manager supervising multiple airborne platforms. Now, again, this comes back into the capability. Some pilots, I've read articles out there, and I may do some videos on other ones, where pilots are coming out and saying, oh, you'll never, no, AI you'll never replace a human. You're always going to have, this technology will never be there. This technology will not stand, man. Yeah. So said Blockbuster, right? How'd that work out for them and DVD stores? Where do you see all those DVD stores now? And to show you how the AI can outperform our pilots, here is this Colonel Javorcik talking about it.
Dick, if I'm flying straight along, I'm going to nose my airplane down. We don't do a whole lot of that as human beings because it's very uncomfortable to push forward, use negative G's. You get light in the seat, you float up. A tall guy like me, I hit my head on the canopy. But these AI agents are not limited by that. So they may explore that space a little bit more than we certainly would as human pilots.
So, he said, oh, yeah, they can do a little bit more. It gets uncomfortable. No, human pilots pass the hell out from too many G-forces. An AI can go into a turn, and if the aircraft can outperform, right? If the aircraft's able to outperform the pilot's capabilities to stay conscious, then the AI, if all the aircraft being equal, AI is going to win that engagement. So 8 participating companies ranging from major defense contractors to a 4-person firm spent less than a year developing and teaching their AI agents how to fly and excel in simulated aerial combat. The teams were Aurora Flight Sciences, Episys Science, Georgia Tech Research Institute, Heron Systems, the winner, Lockheed Martin, Perspective Labs, Physics AI, and Soar Tech. AI agents developed by Lockheed Martin, Aurora Flight Sciences, and Physics AI rounded out the top 4 teams. All right, so what does all that tell me, or at least what do I feel by hearing all that? I feel that Well, the military industrial complex is going to be alive and strong now that we're moving into the AI world. And you see all of these Lockheed Martin and all these other big name companies, or soon to be big name. Remember, you don't have to be a big company to be part of the military industrial complex, to be part of the DC Beltway, to be a Beltway bandit, to be in there doing all this stuff, to make a lot of money and to gain influence within the government. That's how it all works, right? You know, these big DC-based companies get former high-level government people on their staffs, on their board of directors, politicians, and all that, and they keep going around and making money off of things the government wants them to do. So that we got that going for us. Now, to wrap this up, the Alpha Dogfight trials outcome shows great promise for future airborne combat systems and concepts involving human-machine symbiosis. There we go again, right? Oh, no, it's about how us and machines will work together. Tim Grayson, director of DARPA Strategic Technology Office, STO said, as part of STO's Mosaic Warfare, the Mosaic, which just warfare makes warfare sound so peaceful. The Mosaic Warfare vision as distributed manned and unmanned systems. The trials laid a strong foundation for further algorithm development in the ACE program as it moves from a simulation environment to testing algorithms and measuring pilot trust on actual aircraft. In other words, they're getting ready to actually do field trials with this, get these going out in the field. And why do they need to get pilot trust? So they'll fly with it? Partly. And remember, the Air Force is run by pilots. Pilots are most of the top generals. Pilots hold a lot of the critical seats. And this stuff does not get field tested unless the pilots feel comfortable with it, unless they feel like they have an added bonus. It adds something to their warfighting capability and to their anything like that. It has to be a force multiplier for them. So, but again, you know, will they go the way of the dodo? And will this technology, you know, be good? I mean, we can get into all the drone hits that have happened under Bush, Obama, and President Trump now. Just drone strikes after drone strikes, man. We're great at striking people with drones. Unmanned aircraft. Oh, yeah, don't have to risk American lives. Hang out in Creech, hang out up in the desert of Nevada and run these drones around the world and kill people. You know, hey, maybe some of the people that are being killed are you know, maybe they're bad people. I don't know. And you know what? There's a lot of questions about those programs. Now imagine if you have fighter aircraft doing the same thing, drone fighter aircraft. So something to think about, something to put into your squash up top, man, to, you know, keep an eye on what's going on down the road. So with that, hey, if you want to see the full video, link to the full video of the dogfight trials and all that, I'll put it down in the show notes below. And so with that, hey, everybody, man, stay safe, secure, and prepared. And as always, remember, you're just one person.